Presenting today's webinar, Are You Losing Money Due to Chargebacks and/or Freight Claims? Now you don't have to, is Pooja Senkur. Pooja is the co-founder of Smart Gladiator. Smart Gladiator designs, builds, and delivers market-leading mobile technology for retailers, distributors, and 3PL service providers, and LoadProof is one of them. Pooja has an MBA from Georgia Tech and is a supply chain technology professional with more than 20 years of experience in deploying capabilities in the logistics and supply chain domain. His prior roles involve managing complicated mission-critical programs, driving revenue numbers, rolling out a multitude of capabilities involving more than a dozen systems, and managing teams of up to 50 personnel across multiple disciplines and departments in large corporations such as Hewlett-Packard. So without further ado, I am pleased to turn the program over to Pooja. Pooja, take it away.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you for the introduction. So, folks, thanks for taking the time to join this webinar. I'm excited to be here and show you guys how we have produced tremendous cost savings for our customers. So I just tweaked the title a little bit so it's much more specific, and I can right away add value. So it's more along the lines of, hey, how to go from 20,000 in damages, claims. It could be freight claims, damage claims, and then chargebacks, right? Retailer chargebacks that you're getting, rejected loads. I mean, sometimes the damage is so bad that the entire load gets rejected, right? So we have had customers that have saved anywhere from at least $20,000 per month per site to $0 because they're able to use this app called LoadProof and show picture documentation and say, hey, look at this, right? We did our job right. So that's what we're going to talk about. So I will start with that here. So that's the title again: how to go from $20,000 in damages, freight claims, chargebacks, rejected loads per month to $0. So you don't have to spend any more. Lose any more dollars in all these issues using this picture documentation app called LoadProof. So basically, we are going to have two major portions of this presentation. So the first is presentation. I'm going to share some case studies. I'm going to share, hey, what's going on in supply chain? Why is a tool like this that's very important, and why it is important to cover your side of things as a supply chain professional, as a warehouse manager, as a shipper, right? As a shipper, as a manufacturer, as a vendor, and this will educate the audience on those things, what we have seen, and share case studies, a lot of success stories. And then the second portion is I want you guys to realize and see, hey, how easy it is to use, right? So take out your smartphone, just have your smartphone ready, take out your smartphone and install the app. It's very, very simple. Go to the Apple Apple Store and download the LoadProof app. You can search for LoadProof, just one word, LOADPROAF. Same thing, on the Android phone, go to the Google Play Store and search for one word, LoadProof. You'll see LoadProof multi-load and download that, and then we'll do a quick demo so you guys can see how easy it is, right? So those are the two major portions of this presentation here. So I'll get started. So I want to share three case studies to begin with, so you guys see how much easy, what success that we have produced with these people, right? So the first one is how Burner Foods 3PL went from losing $10,000 per month in damages, claims, chargebacks, rejected loads to losing just $0 per month. So they were able to completely eliminate all this money that they've lost, and eliminate those losses, and basically didn't have to deal with this again. So that's the first. And Burner Foods 3PL is a company, and there is also a video where Ryan Bitchler talks about his experience using LoadProof. That's the first case study. So that's more from a little bit of a 3PL perspective. And then the second one is how Global Industrial went from spending $100K to avoid dollars spent on damages, claims, chargebacks, rejected loads, to saving all those dollars in 1 year using picture documentation. So this is slightly different. This is a much bigger distributor. They've been in business for 70+ years, and they've been taking pictures for like 12 years. So these guys understood the importance of taking pictures. The only thing was that they were using really, really old school technology, and there was a lot of labor involved in moving the pallet to this station, and they had to do a lot of work. And we were able to come in and provide a much simpler solution. And not only that, also it improved the quality of the picture so much. It made it so much easier for them to, instead of they had like 10 different steps to follow to take these pictures, we simplified and say, hey, look at just 3 different steps. And they saved 2 FTEs, 2 full-time employees. The budget spent on 2 full-time employees, they saved that many dollars. And again, there is a really good video that's there that you guys can watch. And then the third case study is how Kenco Construction Products TC went from spending $120K on damages, claims, chargebacks, rejected loads, to saving all those dollars in 1 year using picture documentation. Right? Again, Kenco is one of our largest customer, and they're using this tool in like 48 facilities. And they've had significant savings. It's the higher number is $4 million, but how it when you're working with partners, it's very, very difficult to put a perfect, accurate number on the savings. So it's anywhere between $2-3 million to $4 million. So it's a lot of savings, and you guys can see all those video testimonials. So let's start with first case study, 3PL for Bernard Food. So Ryan Bixler was he's a general manager, and his job was to receive the product. They process all these cheeses and coffee products and consumer products that he receives from the manufacturing plant, and his job is to pack them and ship them to the another distribution center. From there it goes to the retail stores. So he was one week he just got so frustrated because his one entire trailer was rejected, and when it came back, all the products were spilled, and it just was such a big mess, and it just he got so frustrated, and his normal number was like 7 trailers were rejected in a week. That was the worst week he had, and on top of that, when he opened the trailer, it was so bad, and he had to basically pull that in and do a lot of labor, spend a lot of labor cleaning that up, fixing all that, and then sending it back to the second distribution center again. So that's when Ryan got so frustrated, and he said, hey, I got to have a solution to fix this. And he talked to his peers and friends in the industry, and he came across LoadProof. There were similar general managers in his area where they were having the same problem, and they were using LoadProof, and he learned about LoadProof, and he came to us and he signed up, and right away, not only the biggest benefit for Ryan was that not only that he was able to show, hey, look at this, anybody who came along the way, right, who asked, hey, did you guys do a great job? He was able to show that with pictures, right, prove that with pictures. And also, his internal employees, they realized, oh my God, my work is being documented, on all the steps that I'm performing, the quality of the pallets they are building, the quality of, shrink wrapping they're applying, the quality of loading they're doing. When the employees realize that everything is being documented, the quality of, work improved significantly, right? And now, now he has a max 1 rejected trailer per week, and, and often 0. So you can watch that 15-minute testimonial, of Ryan Bixler, and I ask about all the things. Hey, what was the problem? How did you guys run into LoadProof, and what happened after the solution was implemented? How is life now? How is the, obviously, right? I mean, one important thing that we have to, we all, realize is that as humans, we find it difficult. We don't adapt to change. We don't want change. So that's something that you have to keep in mind when you're implementing a solution like this. So we make it so simple and so easy, so anybody can adapt to this. And if you really look at it, right, all it is a smartphone, and we take pictures all the time in our personal smartphones, in our personal lives. So we leverage that to be used in an enterprise environment, right? So you can watch that video. It's very insightful. Look at it, and let's know if you have any questions. So that's the first case study. I'll move on to the second one. So this is, again, another 15-minute video with Greg Wills. He's the senior IT manager, and his job is to support the warehouse, by providing all the tools from an IT perspective, right? So, these guys obviously have been in business for 70 plus years, and they understood the importance of having pictures. So, in the before, what would happen for them is that they would ship few products and order to their customer, and these guys ship all this industrial products. they're a distributor of industrial products. So they would ship all these products, and often things will come back saying that, hey, we got only 80% of the product that we ordered, and 20% is missing, and here is how it arrived. So now Greg would take those pictures and show them, hey, look at it, right? This is how we shipped it. This is the condition of the shipment when it left our facility. So he was able to prove that it's not their fault. But what happened was that technology got really, really old, and they had this big, station where the loaders will have to pull this pallet to the station and then take pictures using this really, really old school scanner, and the quality of the picture was so bad, and they wanted to improve that. So they were doing research, and they were actually trying to build their own solution on how to do this, and they were doing research, and they were struggling, right? Again, right, building a system completely from scratch. It takes time and effort. I mean, it's not that it cannot be done or something, but you have to, when your core business is supporting a warehouse, you don't want to be, wasting time on non-core activities. So that's when, Greg had some struggles with this team that was trying to build this, and he jumped on the internet and said, hey, you know what, let's see if there is already something that's already out there. And he ran into LoadProof, and he called us, and we set him up right away, and life has been so much better for him and his team from there on. So basically they were able to eliminate that 10-step process, and they were able to simplify that with the now they have Android tablets that they're using, and they're taking pictures, and they've turned it on for all. They're like one of our first platinum customers. They realized the value of this and right away signed up for the platinum plan, and they've been happy ever since. So you guys can, read his terminal note. You cannot argue with pictures, right? Pictures are such a solid proof, and that's why, even in the freight claim situation, when you guys go, obviously these, big carriers, they insure everything. So there are insurance companies that underwrite that, movement, and if something happens, you got to provide pictures to show that, you did your job right. So with pictures, and once you provide pictures, the claims get resolved so fast. So we'll talk about that. So that's why Greg was so much on the pictures, and with the modern process that they have, they saved 80 labor man hours per week. That's 2 full-time employees. So again, the video is there. It's a 15-minute video. Watch it. You can hear from Greg, and see his experience, right? Learn from his experience. So that's the second case study. And the third case study is Kenco Construction Products. So this is Luke. Basically, Luke is running this facility in Massachusetts, and they receive all these big dry boats that is used for construction, and they all come in the flatbed trailers. And Luke talks about his experience, how he started using it. And Luke is one of our big video users, because it makes a lot of sense for them to use a video. Not only we provide pictures, we also provide the ability to take videos. And for Luke, it makes a lot of sense to, instead of taking like 20 different pictures, taking from all different angles, they take a video and then shoot one video for the entire trailer, going all around it. So again, it's been a great experience, tremendous savings, and Luke has been using it both from outbound perspective and inbound perspective. I mean, everybody starts using it from an outbound perspective because they want to show, hey, look at it, right? We did our job great. When the product left our facility, it's a pallet, merchandise, whatever it is, fully shrink wrapped, a bunch of boxes, whatever that is, right? They're able to show with pictures, hey, we did our job right? That's how everybody starts. And then they see the value. They're like, hey, look at it, right? We are getting all these products inbound. Look at these damages. By taking pictures, we can articulate, share feedback with where it's coming from. Sometimes it's a manufacturer, sometimes it's a vendor, right? Sometimes it's coming from somewhere else. So they're able to take pictures and share that feedback with the manufacturer or wherever it's coming from. So they are doing a better job, right? In a supply chain, we all have to work together. It's a community of operators, right? Distributors, transportation service providers, cross-dock operators, lumpers, right? All of us are working together. So that was very useful for Luke. This tool was very useful for Luke, and they saved a lot of dollars. I mean, at least $5,000 to $10,000 per month, considering the number of claims that are rejected now. And in a 3PL, right? I mean, this is a 3PL. It's an even more tricky situation because, right, some a big brand, big OEM manufacturer, they looked at a 3PL and said, hey, 3PL, you're the best in the business. We want to hire you for these services. And when this 3PL shifts to someone else, for example, they could ship to a retailer, and the retailer turns around and issues a chargeback, then the 3PL is in a really, really bad spot, because now they're, looking bad both from their customer perspective, right, which is the OEM manufacturer that hired them, as well as the retailer that's on the receiving end. So it puts them in a really, really bad spot. And before, just to retain that business, what they would say is, oh, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it, right? We'll not, we'll absorb that cost. That was the situation with 3PL. So, but now they're able to take these pictures and show, hey, no, look at this, right? We did our job right. It's not fair for us to pay for these, chargebacks or damages or whatever that is, freight claims, right? Because when it left our facility, this is how pristine the product was packed. This is how pristine, we did our shrink wrapping. This is how nicely we loaded. This is how nicely, we added pillows. Hey, this is how nicely we added straps. This is how nicely we added blankets on top of the product. So there will not be any scratches. There will not be any dents, right? There will not be any dings. So that's why it's important from a 3PL perspective. We got a lot of 3PL customers that love this tool. And actually what's happening is, even when we talk to manufacturers, and we had this another scenario where there is this manufacturer out of New Jersey that's shipping products to retailers in Europe, and they were able to, they saw this tool and they were like, wow, this is awesome, because we run into issues where our the 3PL is shipping on behalf of us and the retailers compliant. So we want to make sure we have proof to show it. So now they actually connected us to the 3PL, and the 3PL is taking pictures on behalf of this manufacturer from New Jersey. So now the visibility just improves significantly, right? So that's the third case study from a 3PL perspective. So watch this video again. Luke has given fantastic feedback and how he used it, and he talks about a little bit of a change management as well. It's really not so much, he's not asking anybody to go above and beyond in terms of doing the work. It's all the same thing, the work they did before, but hey, just document it on top of it. And what happens, right? I mean, people realize, oh my God, my work is being documented, so I got to do a better job. If I mess up, people can, my supervisor can go back to those pictures and see that, right? So it just, we'll talk about one another testimonial where they did that, and that just improved the, work quality of work these guys did internally, and that directly resulted in much better customer sat, from their customers, right? So let's move on. That's the third case study. So who is this for, right? This is for, warehouse manager, right? If warehouse manager is receiving claims, warehouse managers submitting freight claims, right? Warehouse managers whose loads are getting rejected, warehouse managers receiving chargebacks from, big box retailers due to non-compliance, right? Often, right, your chargebacks could be up to 14% of the invoice, and we are running into so many other companies that even help manage the deduction. So when you're submitting an invoice for $10,000, sometimes the $1,000 get automatically taken away. You're getting the check only for $9,000, and you're wondering, oh my God, what happened to my $1,000? And then you have to log on to the retailer's portal and see what happened. And often what our customers do now is that, hey, retailer, this is not a fair charge. What our customers do is they go to LoadProof and download a PDF for that load, for that shipment number, for that PO number that they ship, and they upload the PDF to the retailer's portal and get their chargeback canceled, right? That's been a really good tool for many of our customers that are shipping to retailers like Home Depot, Lowe's and Kohl's and Staples and Walmart and so forth, right? That's working really well. So all you have to do is take pictures using LoadProof, and then the pictures are always there, and you can generate a PDF from those pictures. And the PDF, the beauty of this PDF is not only it has the pictures of all the load that left your facility for that specific PO number, for that specific shipment number, it also has the metadata, right? It also has, of course, the pictures have, right? It's treated as an enterprise record. It has the user that took the picture, date stamp, time stamp, and also it has the GPS coordinates, right? So all that is there, and you can prove it to the retailer saying that, hey, we did our job right, and along with the metadata shows that, hey, this is for this specific shipment number. So your life is so much better, right? Again, warehouse managers that ship through multi-stop LTL deliveries, right? LTL, less than truckload, is we got to be very careful because it gets touched so many times. it's just a lot of handling. So even the shrink wrapping that you apply, you got to use a higher gauge, a plastic wrap for that. So LTL is a little messy. So you just have to be extra careful, right? And warehouse managed shipping high value products. If you're shipping high value products, we got, Stryker, they ship expensive hospital beds. Sealed Air, they ship, expensive, machines, right? So 3PL warehouse managers, because you don't know who is touching the product you ship, you have to show your customer that your job did right. You get banged from both sides, right? And then warehouse managers getting blamed for mistakes that are not yours, right? And you have to, and also even from an industrial engineer perspective, when you're doing Gemba work, and there are continuous improvement process engineers that are reaching out to us saying that, hey, I want to document. And from a safety perspective, even from a security perspective, right? When someone is driving the forklift a little aggressively, or there is a vulnerability. If you foresee, hey, this is a bad process or a bad behavior, you got to take pictures of that and share it with people, and as a part of your training program, we have users using that as well. And process improvement engineers, safety back in the warehouse. Okay, so who is this for? Again, right, warehouse manager, you want to sleep peacefully at night, right? When you're receiving that email, chargeback email, you're like, oh my god, what happened, right? Where did we drop the ball? How did we mess this up? How much money we're going to lose in this claim, right? So when you don't have to run through all that worries in your stomach, instead you can be you can feel good saying that, hey, all my pictures are there in load proof, I'm safe, and we're going to take the pictures from load proof and share it right away. So we are not going to pay for this chargeback or claim, right? So you can sleep peacefully at night. Life is so much better. Again, if you're an IT manager that's opposing warehouse systems, right? Look into it, and you'll have similar scenarios. You will have similar challenges. Your warehouse manager is asking for a tool. Hey, help me with this. Help me solve this problem. And one more thing, what we are running into is we are also getting calls from people that are compliance specialists that work under the CFO, and they are typically under a director of accounts receivable, because these accounts receivable people get the checks, and when they get the checks, they see, oh my god, we invoiced for $10,000, but we're getting only $9,000 back. There is $1,000 automatic deduction. Now I need to understand why that happened, right? So they have, I've seen crazy big teams. Sometimes they have like 12 people that are working under this director of accounts receivable just to process this deductions, just to manage this. Their job is to call back the warehouse and then tell us, hey, what happened, what is the problem, help me understand the compliance issue. There is a lot of time that's being spent on this back and forth conversation. You don't have to do all that once you have this load proof turned on, because now you just have to give access to this compliance specialist, director of accounts receivable, manager of accounts receivable, including the CFO. If there is a automatic deduction that happens, you can just go into load proof, search for that specific PO, search for that specific sales order, bill of lading number, whatever, right? You can configure all those metadata, and you can search for that, and you can retrieve those pictures and share that PDF immediately with those people that are asking for, and tell them, hey, it's not our fault, so it's not, this deduction is not fair, give us our money back, right? You can ask for that. So that's the new set of people that we're running into, and this is even coming from customer support, customer support people, because they are the ones that are supporting. Hey, we shipped this shipment, and something happened, and they're the ones that get called first, from your customer. So even they, find this very useful. Now they don't have to call the warehouse any longer. They can just log on to load proof and look at this picture, search the picture by purchase order, sales order, and they can look at it, right? So let's take a step back and understand what's happening, right? The key concept is, the supply chain has gotten very, very complex. There are way too many operators in supply chain, right? There are way too many people touching the product. And if you really think about it, right, it's not your fault, because, we have not managed that complexity. We have not, provided all the tools that the team needs, right? From a back-end perspective, when they're executing it from the warehouse. Even if you look at some of the technology that is being used today in the warehouse, including the scan gun, that's all really designed for retail, right? Nobody, took the time and said, hey, this is retail, warehouse dynamics are a little different. We got to build a better product. Nobody, did that for the warehouse operators. That's where we come in. We come in and, look at those things and, hey, I think we can do better here, and we provide better products. So, there are a lot of people that are, so it's not, your fault. It's just that, we don't realize we all live in our boxes and we get so much engrossed in our work. We forget to think outside the box. And if you take a step back and look at it, supply chain is very complex, and we got to use modern tools to run that, manage that, everything efficiently, right? That is the whole point, right? There are a lot of people that we are dealing with. So there are way too many people touching a product. So what happens, right? When a lot of people touch, a lot of things could go wrong. So it's important to keep proof, and important to say, right, hey, we cover your side of things. So you take pictures. So if something goes wrong, you can show you did your job right with pictures, right? There are way too many people touching the product and supply chain, right? Especially LTLs, right? LTLs are the, because of the number of touches they make, because of, it's usually, right, it's a last in, first out, steps they follow to load. If a big trailer is going and making delivery all over the town, right? So the driver has to get out and drop off the first, make a stop in the stop in the first stop, and then take out the pallets that need to be dropped in the first stop, and then go to the next stop again, drop it off, right, and then third stop. So when there are too many touches that are happening, the chances for things to go wrong, happens quite a bit. So that's why, even Amazon, right, takes a picture of every product that they deliver at your house and say, hey, look at this, right? You can go to the order and look at the picture. They say, hey, we did our job right. So if anything happens after this, it's not our fault. So even they do that, CYA. So, just a quick introduction about me. I worked for Manhattan Associates from 99 till 2011, 12 years. And then I got a chance to do MBA, Georgia Tech. I did MBA at Georgia Tech. I've done so many projects within the warehouse. I've done all kinds of, WMS implementations, process improvement, process analysis, performance analysis. I've been in so many situations where, we'll do a WMS implementation, and then the throughput won't be same as what they had before, or what was promised, right? And I would go in and identify all those bottlenecks and then fix them, and then improve the throughput. So we are a company that's based out of Georgia Tech here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are right in the Georgia Tech campus. We are part of this organization called ATDC, Advanced Technology Development Center, and we are bootstrap, positive cash flow. 20 plus people in our company, and we are supporting mission critical operations for billion-dollar retailers, brands, 3PLs, etc. So I've done this for a long time now. I mean, since 99, it's more than 20 years. So these are some of our customers. We got great customers. NCR is a big name. Post Consumer Products, that's a big name. There's a lot of. Just want to make sure I'm still connected and everything. Yes, so everything is good. Komatsu is another big name, right? A lot of big names using our product, and they've had tremendous success. Kohler, we've got also a lot of testimonial videos in our YouTube channel. So go to our YouTube channel, and we also post best practices in our YouTube channel, right? Subscribe to them, share them, like them, comment them, and if you want anything specific that you want to see, we'll be happy to post as well. We got a lot of best practices, that we have, especially from a loading perspective, from a, as a general warehouse manager perspective as well, right? So we got some, big customers, and we have more, customers that are signing up. And I think right now we are doing about at least 2 sites are coming on board. This week we got like 3 or 4 sites that upgraded and came on board every week. So that's it's a really well received product, and it's adding ton of value to our customers. So I mean, these are just some initial numbers. These numbers are not final. We are adding a lot more sites and a lot more savings, a lot more proofs, a lot more loads. Overall, I think we have like now 3,000 plus users or something like that. So it's on a it's getting added on a daily basis. So again, we have won several awards. We were the finalist in the CACMP Supply Chain Innovation Award in 2017. Great supply chain partner in 2018, and we are part of Georgia Tech. And I've worked for Manhattan Associates, and we were top Georgia's top 40 innovative companies. I think that was back in 2016, and then we were showcased in Venture Atlanta. So we got a lot of awards that we have won as well. So, let's step back and look at the, key, thesis here. The thesis is that, pictures are the best proof, right? You cannot argue with pictures. Pictures help with resolving issues so much faster, right? Pictures are worth 1,000 words, right? Whenever there is a conflict, whenever there is a situation, that you want to show them that you did your did your job right, there is nothing better than pictures or videos, right? And that's why insurance companies, all the time they ask for pictures for the, and they can look at it further. They can run all kinds of analysis on those pictures, blah blah blah. So that's why, and right, that's why pictures are such an important, document, and it's the best proof that you can show, right? You cannot argue with pictures. That's what Greg says in his video testimony, right? And the second point is, with the proliferation of smartphones, showing pictures of product you shipped is a basic expectation, or else they think that you're hiding something, right? So in order to build that credibility, you got to have the transparency, right? So everybody has a smartphone, so it's not too much to ask for a picture, or picture of something or anything. You just ask hey, just today in our personal lives, we say, hey, all right, great, just can you take a picture of your the product or whatever that is, and text me to my phone number, right? That's a very, very common thing that we do. And it's like when someone doesn't do it, we are like, hey, why would that person not do it? All I asked was just a picture, that's it, right? So that's the same thing. That's the same expectation from when you ship an order. On all I'm asking is, everybody has a smartphone. What is a big deal if I ask for a picture, right? So that's a basic expectation if you're running such a business, right? And when you provide those pictures, it enables transparency, and it helps you with building credibility, and you're offering such a great customer service, and you're showing that, hey, we're not hiding anything, and this is what is happening, right? And so one thing is taking pictures, right? The second thing is, it's we've run into all kinds of situations where, first people are taking using digital cameras and taking pictures, right? And then what happens, right? The digital camera gets full, the card gets full, memory card gets full. Now they got to go back to the computer, copy all the pictures, and then come back again and then start taking pictures. So now they're walking back and forth between their office and the loading dock. So that's one thing. And then second, they take all these pictures. Somebody took the picture using their smartphone, and then after 3 months, when there is a claim that comes up, they get a claim. They don't know who took the picture, where the picture is. Is it in somebody's inbox, or is it in somebody's smartphone? And the person, sometimes the person even left the facility. So you guys know how the churn is in the distribution centers, right? So so that's why it's important to not only take the picture, but also it's an enterprise system of record, right? That's the proof, to show that, hey, you shipped that $1 million shipment or $100,000 shipment in a perfect condition. So you can show your people, hey, look at this, right? So that enterprise system of record, that data needs to be secured, right? That needs to be stored in such a way that it never gets lost, and it's easily retrievable, and you can share that with anybody else, right? That you need to. And also, when you pull it out, you look at it, you're like, hey, I know this is for this PO, this is for this sales order, this is for this specific trailer, this is on this date, taken by this person at this location, right? So that's why it's very, very important to store that carefully, so you can easily retrieve it, easily share it, right? All those things. So please realize that this is an enterprise system of record, right? And it's an enterprise data that belongs in your systems, right? It should not be in somebody's smartphone, somebody's inbox, somebody's computer, without knowing what's going on. So let's quickly summarize the education steps, right? There are way too many people touching the products you ship today. A lot of things could go wrong, so you got to do CYA, right? Pictures are the best proof. You cannot argue with pictures. And with proliferation of smartphones, it's a basic expectation to show that picture, and showing pictures improves transparency, right? Generally, if you want to be a really, really successful leader, you got to be very transparent. So that helps with also building your credibility. So the best tool is to take such pictures as your smartphone, and realize that those are important pieces of data that belong to your enterprise. So you need a system that's secure, easy to use, and you can easily share with people, right? So you can do, right? You can use the old school digital camera, walking back and forth. You can do all kinds of old way of doing things. Whereas you can instead, or you don't have to take pictures. Hey, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to take pictures. I can pay for my freight claims. I'll pay for my chargebacks. You can do that, or you can use load proof and save all those dollars, right? It's very, very less expensive. The silver plan is only $50 per month. Gold plan is $100. Platinum plan is $250. so it's not an expensive tool, and there are so many different capabilities, right? Silver, gold plan has videos. Silver plan has low resolution pictures. Platinum plan, you have unlimited number of options. So that's the only difference. It's not expensive. You can get started with silver plan right away, and we can set you up in like 15 minutes. That's it, right? And this is for warehouse managers, IT, managers supporting warehouse, and also the customer support representatives, and also the compliance specialists that work under the directors of accounts receivable under the CFO. So, I just want to run through this real quick. So not only, the three case studies that we presented, there are a lot more success stories. And then I'll stop and, I'll just do a quick product overview, and then we can jump on a demo, right? So we talked about Burner Foods 3PL, we talked about Global Industrial, we talked about Kenco Construction Product DC, and then we have many more, success stories. Kenco Pharmaceuticals DC, these guys ship, pharmaceutical products. Same thing, they take pictures selectively, and you can watch that video in our YouTube channel. And then again, Consumer Electronics DC, these guys basically ship televisions, right? They deliver televisions to the people's homes, and then pick up the old televisions and flat screen TVs. That's what they deliver. So tremendous. And again, we have Stryker. Stryker is that company that ships all these expensive hospital beds, and those are expensive product. And same thing, they were spending a lot of time, a lot of issues, but now with this, they are not spending any of that time. Again, there is a YouTube video, you can watch that as well. And then Sealed Air, same thing. So Sealed Air was the case study that we did for this supply chain innovation award presentation, and there is actually a 2-hour video in the YouTube channel, part 1 and part 2. Maybe not 2 hours, probably like 1 hour, because that was a formal presentation that we did in this CSCMP conference. So you guys can look at it, learn from it, the genesis of the idea. And I think Sealed Air right away first month they saved $20,000 after doing this. And then Bosch, this been a great customer of ours, and they're using it with so much success, and they right away show the pictures. Post-consumer brands, they started with 1 or 2 facilities, and now they're like 6 or 7 facilities all over the US. Same thing. They've been very happy, right? They capture damage from incoming loads to DC, so they use it for both outbound and inbound. They show all these, capture load securement using pictures, and capture as many loads that we can stage or being loaded to validate load condition to customer. These can be able to better. So that's the testimony from Paulette Johnson. XPO Logistics, again, we got multiple facilities of XPO Logistics using it. Here another testimony, and then the Method product. So these guys had, their problem was actually a little different. These are again shipping to retailers. They have a very unique cleaning products, and their problem was their in-house people were not doing a great job, and they were getting complaints from the customer. So they were able to incorporate load proof, and now the quality of the work, the quality of the loads they prepped up, it improved significantly, and that resulted in much better customer satisfaction. Again, another XPO Logistics, they did the same thing. I think this was something like an interesting story. There was some change that happened on the receiving end, on their customer end, and this new person that came and started complaining, saying that, hey, it's your fault. And then these guys signed up for load proof, and they started taking pictures and then showed it to the new person. Then those people realized, oh, it's not, the problem is not at their end, the problem is actually on their end, on the receiving end, and they fixed that problem, right? So you will be able to reject claims. You'll be able to reject chargeback. These are the benefits, right? You'll be able to reduce the number of rejected loads significantly, right? If not, it would go to zero. You'll be able to improve the quality of packing, shrink wrapping, loading work you do. You'll be able to show that you did your job right? You'll save a lot of dollars, so no question. And we got all these testimonials. People came and gave us all those testimonials because they were getting so much value out of their this tool. So let's look at the features. It's very, very simple. It's a very simple tool. If you could take a moment and please download this tool from the iOS App Store or Google Play Store. I'll give you the credentials, and we can log in and play with it, and you guys can fully do end-to-end right now. So I just want to run through the features, right? There is a login, obviously, and then there is a pin that needs to be put in, and then you can take pictures of whatever is in front of your screen. And then the most important thing is uploading this metadata, right? The pictures are easy part, right? Everybody takes pictures, but the context associated with the pictures. That is the most important thing. So, the shipment number, in this example, we are using the shipment number, order number, destination, quality check needed or not, whatever, the radio button and the check flags, right? And then you can assign the category, and then, we'll upload the pictures to the portal, and then you can see how it is, right? So again, this is designed for a corporate enterprise setup. So you can have multiple facilities, you can have multiple networks, you can have multiple, all different facilities, different types of users. You have a corporate admin user, network level user, network admin user, site level user, right? All kinds of setup is possible, and you can replicate your entire network in this thing. So that's how it's designed. So again, right, this is how it looks. Once you log into the website, you can see all these records, and you can click on those records and open the pictures behind the scenes, right? So, and you can park your loads, you can retrieve the park loads when you're working on multiple loads. And you can also, there is GPS coordinates to establish the credibility of the picture, saying that, hey, it's taken at this location. So you can, provide much more authentic evidence proof, right? That's the idea. Add these pictures, you can also integrate that with other systems. You can add this to a simple hyperlink, and we'll help you with that. Talk to us. So let's do a quick demo. So please, pull out your smartphone, go to the Google Play Store or go to the iOS App Store, and then search for LoadProof, right? And you'll see LoadProof multi-load. So go ahead and download the app, and then the credential is, I'm going to do my best to coordinate with you guys. So the login is demo_200. So this is not the right number here. We keep changing it for security reasons. So the login is demo_200, and then the pin is, give me 1 second. So the pin is, so I'm going to log in, 6543. So demo_200, that's all lowercase, and the pin is 6543, right? Once you guys log in, you will see a site called Smart Gladiators LLC, and then you can click to start a new load. You can click to start a new load, and then now your camera will be visible, and then you can tap on the screen. Just tap 1, 2, 3 pictures. So I'm taking 3 pictures, and then hit next, and then you can hit next, and then you can basically add metadata right here. So you can enter the bill of lading number, you can enter the sales order number, you can do the trailer number, and then you can also choose the pallet condition, and then you can click next, and then you can choose the category, right? You can choose the category as load, and then basically you can touch upload and then upload your pictures, right? That's all it is. That's all it is. And then you can even park the load while you're working on multiple loads. And then once that is done, then what you can do is go to open a Google Chrome in your laptop or desktop, and then go to loadproof.com, and then click login, and then again you can go there and log into the a site, demo_200, and the password is right before what we gave was PIN for mobile device, and the password for that is again 654321, right? And then you can see the pictures that you've uploaded, and you can see you can drill down further and then see all the pictures, and you can click on the individual picture, and you can see, hey, look at the date stamp, time stamp, the user that took the picture, and also you can see the GPS coordinates, right? So that's very important. And you can even capture videos, so you can switch to the video mode and capture videos. So that's really what I wanted to show. And please, reach out to me, if you have any questions. I'm going to stop right here. It's 45 minutes since we started, and then I'll be happy to take any questions. Patty, hopefully I am within the time.
Perfect timing, Puga. Thank you very much, and thank you for your presentation and your insights. So attendees, we do have the opportunity for you to enter any additional questions. There's a questions box in the control panel, so you can just enter your questions there. But to get us started, can you go over again the price for the load-proof application, Puga? I think that you did include that on one of your slides.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So the price is it's $50 for a silver plan, and it's $100 for a gold plan, and $250 for a platinum plan. So with $50, you guys get 10 users, totally 10 users for the system. And, it comes with low resolution pictures. With Gold Plan, you guys get 25 users, and it comes with, it has the ability to do both pictures and video. And also you have the ability to do both low resolution pictures and high resolution pictures, right? And then with Platinum, it's $250 per month. It's got a lot of, low resolution, medium resolution, and high resolution pictures. You can do 3 videos per load, and then you can also do like 325 pictures per load. And it's just the Platinum plan is like, you guys can do pretty much anything you want. And all these require 1-year contract, because it's obviously, right, there's a lot of work has gone into that. It's an expensive tool. We've spent a lot of dollars building it. So so that's why it comes with a 1-year contract. And we don't make any money on the silver plan, but you guys can start with the silver plan. We have many people just come on board on the silver plan or a gold plan, and then they upgrade as they see, as they get user adoption and turn on in other sides, they upgrade to gold or platinum. So yeah, that's the pricing information for this service.
Thank you, Puga. And how many users are currently using the application?
There are about 3,000 plus. I mean, we have in the system alone, we have 2,000 users, that are hardcore users that are configured and using. And also they share this because, there are multiple shifts that facilities are running. So there are 3,000 plus users that are using this. And we have, I think right now we are 115 plus sites live, and 100 plus customers that are using this load proof tool. Yeah.
Excellent. And can I use the LoadProof app for anything else, something other than the chargebacks and freight claims?
Absolutely, absolutely. The original use case that we started with was for chargebacks, retailer chargebacks, because that was so painful for the folks that we talked to first. And then it's getting pulled into freight claims. We got this another company that said, wow, this is so great. If we can somehow integrate this with our system, that'll be very helpful, they said, and we have some conversations going there. So the second area is freight. And then we got really, really good reception from the people that ship to Lowe's and Home Depot, because they're all shipping this expensive, big items. And if they get damaged, just a lot of pain to deal with. So we are really popular among the 3PLs and the manufacturers and the suppliers that ship to these big box retailers. And there are so many other use cases that people are coming up with, right? For example, actually, we are talking to another interesting manufacturer. These guys are getting their product shipped from China to Amazon. They're selling a lot through Amazon, but Amazon issues chargebacks to them, and they don't know what the condition of the shipment was. Now they're looking at giving this tool to their manufacturer in China. Hey, manufacturer, when you ship every single load, you take a picture and upload this so we can look at it ourselves by sitting here in the US. So if any problem happens, we can, share these pictures with whoever that's reporting this problem and show that we did our job right. So that's one thing. And then also, we have, there are companies that are using it for their warehouse facilities. When the rental, when a tenant moves in, they are able to show the picture, say, hey, this is how the condition was before the tenant moved in, and then after the tenant moved out, hey, this is the condition of the pictures after the tenant moved out. So they're able to show that condition of the building before and after, and also for safety measures, for Gemba walks, for process improvement opportunities, for security, right? All these things, people are using it for so many different things, and that's the beauty of this tool. It's such a generic tool, and we can configure it however we want it, and it can be used for so many different things, as you guys see fit.
It does indeed sound to be a very flexible solution. I'm not seeing any other questions right now, and I think that's because the presentation was so packed with a lot of very good information. So I will let our attendees know that a link to the presentation deck and to the on-demand recorded video of this webinar will be forwarded to you following this program once that file is made available. I anticipate that will be later today. So I will close the session at this time. On behalf of RVCF and Smart Gladiator, we'd like to thank you for attending our webinar today. If you have any further questions about the material covered in today's presentation, please feel free to contact Puga, P-U-G-A, at smartgladiator.com or at puga.smartgladiator@gmail.com, and I will send those contacts out in an email to you later as well. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye all. Thank you, Puga.
Thank you, Patty.